I'm gonna be a bit rough here. I have never in my life seen. Alright, so we have made our way to Carcassonne in France. The incredibly well preserved medieval castle, medieval city, basically. One interesting thing you'll notice, right? So we've got these arrow slits on the, I guess you call it the parapet wall of the castle, right? And then you've also got your arrow slits up here on the greater castle wall. What you'll notice is that all these gaps down the wall, the larger gaps down the wall, line up perfectly with these ones. So that means that the guy shooting here is not getting in the field of fire of the guy in the castle up there who's shooting from distance. Very, very clever. I have never in my life seen such a well preserved castle with all, like the outer wall and the inner wall and all the inner medieval town and village. All the structure is still here, and it's open 24/7. You can come in and out of this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's absolutely spectacular, very, very unique. Big thumbs up to France for keeping this. Now, those of you who are board game nerds will also know that there is a board game named after this medieval town called Carcassonne, where you build castles and stuff.
Cities are complete once they are surrounded by walls.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
Of course, the appropriate thing to do when inside of a medieval French city, castle city, is to indulge in some local wine. So I took Dad to his first ever Michelin Star restaurant. There's a 2 Michelin Star restaurant, as a matter of fact, here in Carcassonne, France. We just got to see the kitchen and everything. Wardy, as a country lad, a man who's basically eaten, fish and chips and barbecue steak his whole life. What did you think of Michelin Star food?
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's good. Well, we are in the beautiful city of Barcelona for the first time ever. And what better thing to do when you're in Spain than to consume empanadas? These things are bloody delicious. I love them. Behind me we have the Sagrada Familia, the massive church here in Barcelona. It's probably one of the biggest draw cards here in Barcelona. You could say it's the jewel of Barcelona now. However, this thing's been taking 140 years to construct. It's still under construction, as you can see. And the bloody big cranes right next to it. So you can actually get up close to this thing. I'm gonna be a bit rough here. I don't think it looks that good. Like the finish, the outside of it. It especially like this little temple bit here and this grey bit here. It kind of looks. It looks like a bunch of Americans tried to build a castle or something. It looks a bit like that finish on the outside reminds me of the Excalibur Hotel in Las Vegas. I hate to say this, right, because I wanted to love this thing. I don't know, maybe it'll look better in another 100 years' time once it's had like a bit of time to weather. Because I'm used to seeing like cathedrals and things. Be a bit more old and rustic and dirty. Looks a bit too clean. Maybe that's my my bias coming out, having never seen one being constructed in my lifetime before. Alright, so I've kind of changed my mind a bit. So this side actually looks good. Because it looks like a genuine old school Gothic cathedral. Maybe that's because I'm very partial to like Gothic cathedrals. I quite like Gothic cathedrals. This bit looks alright. The other side looks, the other side, they're doing something. It looks too gaudy. It looks like someone's taken like, it looks like someone's given this project to a modern art student. And they've tried to make it all like modern shit. And it just comes out looking yappy. I was correct. This side is much nicer. This is actually the main entrance right here. This is all classic, like old school cathedral. Like the figurines actually look like people. On the other side, they look like retarded cartoon characters. Here, they actually look realistic, and it's very awe-inspiring. So this half I like. Cathedral wouldn't be complete without some geese.